Today I'm going to show you exactly how to insert an image into Photoshop * without the background ***. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know how to take any photo and cleanly isolate your subject, perfect for creating stunning graphics, quick mock-ups, YouTube thumbnails, or just making your designs pop. Let's dive in and get started. First things first, open up Adobe Photoshop. If you're new to Photoshop or maybe just haven't used it in a while, you'll want to launch the program. You can find it on your desktop or in your Applications folder. Once it's open, you'll see the familiar workspace ready to go. Now we need to bring in the image you want to work with. At the top left, click on File, then choose Open. This will pull up a file browser window. Just navigate to wherever your photo is saved on your computer and select it, then hit Open. Photoshop will load your image and place it smack in the center of the workspace. Here's the part where we start separating the subject from its background. If you're running Photoshop 2020 or newer, Adobe makes this super easy. Look over at your Layers panel and you'll notice a little button or menu called Remove Background just below the image preview. Go ahead and click that. What Photoshop does here is use artificial intelligence to magically detect the main subject, say your pet, a product, or even a selfie, and remove everything else around it in just a few seconds. It's kind of like slicing your photo with a digital knife, leaving behind only what you really care about. Now, don't worry if the background removal doesn't look absolutely perfect on the first try. Sometimes, with tricky backgrounds or hair textures, you'll notice a few bits left over. That's totally normal. You can always zoom in Ctrl plus the plus key and use the eraser tool or the select and mask options for some manual touch-up. I always like to double-check the edges to make sure everything looks crisp, especially if I'm placing my subject on a new background later. If you don't see the Remove Background button, or if you want a bit more control, here, another technique that works great. In your toolbar, find the Select Subject button. This tool is pretty clever. When you click it, Photoshop automatically scans the image and tries to figure out what the main subject is. Maybe it's you, a product, or a pet. Once it's selected, you'll notice moving lines marching around your subject. Almost like ants at a picnic, simply press Ctrl plus J. What this does is create a new layer containing just the selected subject and nothing else. Think of it like copying only the star of the show and leaving the crowded background behind. At this point, you have a subject isolated on a transparent background. If you see a checkerboard pattern around your image, that means transparency. That's exactly what you want when you're trying to place your subject onto a new design or website. It's a good time to save your work. If you plan to retain the transparency, save as a PNG file since JPEG files don't support transparent backgrounds. And that's it. You've just learned a simple and powerful way to insert an image into Photoshop, completely free from its background. Whether you're making thumbnails, digital collages, or just sprucing up your holiday photos, this skill really opens up what you can do with Photoshop. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to hit that like button and leave any questions or experiences down in the comments. I love hearing how you're using these tips. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for more Photoshop tutorials and creative guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.